Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm Drew.
And I'm John. This episode and every future episode's dedicated to the horror hounds and smokers out there who want to expand their knowledge of the genre and have a good time.
Happy Wake and Bake and happy 420.
Fuck yeah, 420. I can't wait.
Well, honestly, though, 420 is just another day to stoners.
That's true.
It's like Halloween is to goths.
But, I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, it's 420 every day, but, like, it's
But
like
we're never
Halloween.
gonna miss
you
a
gotta
chance.
go extra hard on that day.
Exactly. We're never going to miss a chance to smoke big.
That's why it stays special. Like, Halloween, yeah, we watch horror movies all year, but Halloween, I got to go extra hard with the movies I'm watching. Same thing with 420. I love watching a lot of movies and smoking. What was it from? This is the end of fucking pound of weed.
No, that's the thing. You know, even though it is just like another day, it's just another reason to smoke big and watch horror movies and enjoy some horror movies, and that's what we're gonna do.
Hell yeah!
And today we're discussing Evil Bong and more. All that and more today on High on Horror. Interviews, reviews, and the latest news all rolled into one. All right, now before we get started here, looks like we're going to get into some smoking. John, you brought that Pineapple Express.
Yeah, I got the bong packed. I got the bowl packed. It was some Pineapple Express. I was out seeing our buddy Kenny in Denver, and too late TSA. I brought it back with me.
Oh, yeah, man. Hell yeah. Pass that shit. Let me hit that.
Yeah, go ahead and start with the bong.
All right.
Yeah, I just brought something up to you. Actually, posted it on our Instagram over the week. Well, I guess the end of the week. So there was a Jamie Lee quote, and I had never heard it, and I heard it circulating around, and apparently it came back around Halloween Kills, like late October, like right after it came out. And the quote was, Jamie Lee said, "So there's one more film to make," talking about Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
"And I know what it's about, and it's going to blow people's minds. It's going to make people very angry, and it's going to be shocking because it asks a lot of questions. So that's all I can tell you." I don't know how this flew under the radar back then, but all of a sudden it started circulating. People have made YouTube videos on it. I saw it originally from Vincent DeSanti had posted, making a joke saying that we all know that Michael won't be in the third one. But I don't know why nobody really brought that up, but like, what are we possibly going to be mad about when Halloween Ends?
Well, yeah, my mind goes to one of two things. Well, two of two things. My mind goes to two things. Two of two things.
Two of two things.
Damn, we pre-gamed hard. My mind goes to two things. It's going to be, I think people are going to be mad because I think that Michael Myers is going to die. And I think that thought pisses a lot of people off. If Michael Myers does die, you are going to hear people bitching about it and complaining about it.
Evil dies tonight.
It's not going to go well. And same thing with Laurie. She lasted this long. If she dies, it's going to be like, oh, you know, she shouldn't have died. That's why they kill her. I think that one or both of them are going to die. I think the probability of both of them dying is actually what I'm hoping for. That's the ending I want. Is for them both to take each other, throw each other in a fucking meat grinder and just end it, you know? But
yeah, that's what when we had Ian on from 616 Entertainment, that's kind of what we talked about.
Yeah.
You know, at least I think they're both going to die, but I don't think it would make me mad. I kind of want it to wrap up, even though we know somewhere down the line they're going to revive the series again.
But the thing is that it's supposed to like reminisce Christine. I saw that David Gordon Green said that John Carpenter said that he read David Gordon Green's script and said that it's very reminiscent of Christine, and that brings a lot of questions to me too. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, you know, like how is it reminiscent of Christine? Is it a ghost story? Like, I don't know, because Arnie.
Yeah, I'm not taking it literally as a car story. Like,
you can't. Like, he's gonna be that Smith's Grove Sanitarium. That
yeah.
You know.
What if Christine kills Michael?
Dude, no, I don't know, man. Just like him, that bitch could get set on fire and keep coming, you know. But I don't know if he's referring to it being like it's more a ghost story. Michael's going to be more of a ghost in this movie, or maybe my thought, what I was thinking was, and then what Jamie Lee said, my thought automatically went to, please God, don't make it like some Arnie storyline where like Arnie's like how like we have a character like Arnie and Christine where he's like becoming like slowly possessed by the car. Let's please not have a character that's like slowly becoming the new Michael because like old Michael's dying or something. Yeah. I don't know if that's what. I hope to fucking God that that's not what it is. But I don't know.
I thought of something. What if Halloween Kills was like a dream.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Yeah, that would piss me off.
Yeah, that would piss me off. Oh man, yeah, totally.
But
Yeah.
then I don't know where they would go through it. But if
Few movies get away with that. Phantasm rocked it, but then they also reneged by adding that ending where the tall man comes back and then he has the short hair because it was like filmed later because they realized people were pissed it was a dream. So yeah, I don't think that the dream thing goes over well. And being a Halloween movie, I have to say that'd be a really stupid ballsy move to make. Like you're stepping on hot water with that.
maybe he talks.
Oh, gee, yeah, I don't want that to happen. I don't care if we see his face. I don't care if he
I was
going to
say that would be the other one. Like, what if it's extended time of no mask?
Well, and there's rumors that the mask is like stitched up in this one, so I don't know if it's if that's true or not. But I also hope that it's done in like a legit way and isn't some sort of homage to Rob Zombie's Halloween's. Because please do
They
not
don't need a homage.
Yeah, please do not homage those movies.
My question would be, why would it be sewn up though? It didn't really get destroyed.
Well, he got like, I think there's holes in it from getting the shit beat out of him at the end of the movie of
Maybe.
kills. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what Jamie Lee meant by that, but I can only hope that.
And it asks a lot of questions.
She says a lot of things though that makes you realize, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe nobody's gonna walk away mad because, with all due respect, I feel that Jamie Lee kind of says a lot of things. I don't know if she does it on purpose or if she's just a very eccentric person, but she tends to hype things up. Like I remember there was an article circulating that like after Halloween Kills had come out and it was getting like the terrible reviews that it got, a fucking clip, like a quote from one of her recent articles said that the last 10 minutes of Halloween Kills is masterful. Or something like that, or it's like a masterpiece or something like that, and people were laughing like, how the fuck are you, how do you think that was a even if you like the movie, like it wasn't a masterpiece.
No.
You know what I mean? So she says a lot of things that are kind of embellished, so I wonder if this is one of those things. Maybe nobody will walk away mad, that'd be cool, but people are going to be mad if it sucks, that's for sure.
Yeah, I hope not. Maybe it just turns into an anthology movie. Michael's not even in it.
Yeah, I mean, I can only hope, like I said before, that with it being the last one, if they're saying that they want this to be the end of the Halloween series, we've talked about that before. If this really is the last one and you're going to kill Michael and it's going to be like a long time before he's resurfaced, if ever, like we're going to be in our 60s or 70s by the time Michael Myers comes back to life or gets brought back on screen, then I can only hope that like you really do everything you can, or they really do everything that they can to bring it justice. Because like if this is the end and you brought back this character all these years with this reboot or the requel, then like please end it right. Please don't like do all this just to have us go, why the fuck did you just start this whole trilogy just to have it end like this?
Yeah, I'm always apprehensive when I'm excited but apprehensive whenever there's a new Halloween movie.
And for it to be the last one, nobody wants to be left with a dick in their hands.
Yeah, that's for sure. But anyway, I don't really know we can elaborate further on that, but it's 420. It doesn't necessarily have to be horror movies. Mm-hmm. But what are your go-to movies to watch on 420?
Well, I have I have a few go-to ones that are like essentials, like Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, that's one I definitely watch.
Grandma's Boy. Usually Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is another one. And as far as like horror movies go, I kind of like, honestly, I just feel like horror goes with weed goes with any horror movie. So it really will like depend on the day. Like sometimes I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to watch like
Leprechaun in the Hood.
No, I'm going to watch a Friday the 13th or two. How does smoking to those not,
part
how
2
smoking to them isn't awesome.
With
you
the
know
toke.
What I mean? Right. Lauren Marie Taylor. But it's like where I might pick like Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark, or Evil Dead 2, or it's not, I don't necessarily pick movies about weed. I just pick like chilled, stupid, funny movies, and so those are I don't ever really go like, oh, it's 420, let's put on a Serbian film. Like I don't ever go there. It's definitely never like a hardcore scary movie. Like I don't watch The Conjuring either. It's always something lighthearted. Or something just cool, like Escape from New York, just something I could just smoke and chill to. But in regards to actual like stoner movies, I would say, I'd say Grandma's Boy and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back are the most consistent. I pretty much watch them like every year.
The ones that I try to usually watch every year, it's usually definitely The Big Lebowski, Grandma's Boy, and Pineapple Express. I mean, that's 3 movies, so that's already
good. That's good.
So that's already a good start each year, and then then there's other movies that get rotated in. Like, I mean, This Is the End's a good one.
A lot of Seth Rogen in there.
Yeah, a lot of Seth Rogens. Is he related to Joe?
I don't think so.
No, they're not related.
Definitely not. One's Canadian, one's not.
But
Actually, Joe Rogan's not Canadian, right?
No, Joe Rogan's not.
Didn't think so.
No. Yeah, but those are the three I definitely try to watch. I don't really maybe horror wise. I just said it was Leprechaun in the Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood or Friday the 13th Part 2.
Yeah. But yeah, those are definitely the ones I try to get to.
But like, besides hardcore horror movies, is there any bad horror movie to watch? Or could you ever just be like, what are you doing on 420? I'm going to smoke a couple blunts and do a Hellraiser 1 and 2 marathon, or I'm going to smoke a couple blunts and watch an Ash vs. Evil Dead marathon, or I'm going to watch Child's Play or An American Werewolf in London or Terror. Is there ever is there a bad horror movie that you can watch on 420?
I feel like Chucky's a good one to watch on 420.
Totally. Yeah. Totally. Like Child's Play 2. Hook Child's Play 2 up. Definitely.
Child's Play 2, probably watch that like 4 times more than any other one.
Do a 2, 3 bride trifecta. Those would be perfect to smoke to. 2, you just kind of, 3, you just kind of nap through.
I don't hate 3 as much as I feel like other people do.
They recast Andy, man.
I mean, that was a tragedy, but like overall, as a kid, I used to like that one, but even as a kid, 2 was always my favorite. It's because of my man Phil.
Well, I love that line, but for me, it was always my favorite because I think that was the first Chucky scared me. The first Child's Play scared me.
The first one scared
the second one.
Second one still scared me.
But it was a little more stylized and humorous. He had a little bit more personality. Like the scene that always stood out to me was the scene where he's got the bloody nose in the factory and he cuts his own hand off or pulls his own hand off in that machine and then sticks the blade in his arm, like tapes it up and makes a little knife hand. Like that scene always stood out to me. Like I was like, yo, Chucky's like a legit badass. Like this little motherfucker won't stop. He's like he's like a little puppet Terminator, like a little doll Terminator. Like he will not stop.
And the line that goes with it, I hate kids. Oh, dude, but my favorite from Child's Play 2 is obviously the air pump. He pushes it, she goes flying. But my favorite line was "Eat dirt, Tommy," and then he just starts cackling when he's throwing that dirt.
Yeah.
He's got the little good guy shovel too.
The little plastic shovel, right? That's hilarious.
He's fucking burying him in the
that
backyard.
Doll up, man. Beats the shit out of Tommy with that little porcelain John.
Little porcelain John. Well, it is 420, so we got a movie to discuss with y'all. Evil Bong.
Yeah, absolutely, from 2005.
You know, we're sitting here talking the whole time. I ain't even ripped a bong, so y'all can just wait while I rip this right quick.
Well, that's all right, because I realized that I just said that the Evil Bong came out in 2005, and it's actually 2006. I was actually referring to Dog Graveyard, which came out in 2005, which we'll get into as we talk about Evil Bong, because there's a lot of similarities if you're a Full Moon fan.
I'm dying over here.
Yeah, I can tell. Which, let's be honest, I love Full Moon features, but the Full Moon doesn't have a lot of great movies coming out, and but here and there there's a gem that comes out. Evil Bong was one of them, you know, and Full Moon used to be a lot more consistent than they are nowadays, but you know, every now and again they do satisfy, you know, that niche that people have.
You know, like It Knows You're Alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of their newer stuff like that.
Our boy Chris Alexander.
But Evil Bong, it came out in 2006. It's a stoner horror comedy, written and directed by Charles Band. And actually, for an obvious 420 movie, it actually debuted on Halloween, which is weird. I don't know. I feel like you're missing your opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But we follow nerdy college student Alistair McDowell, played by David Weedoff.
Dude, if you look at this guy now compared to how he looked in the movie, holy shit,
he looks like a totally
different. Yeah, the Crispin Glover Willard cut. He looks totally different now. I looked at him, I said, oh damn, he grew up. He became a man.
No, you're a man. He moves in with law school dropout Larnell, played by John Patrick Jordan. His current roommate's a typical surfer stoner Bachman, played by Mitch Eakins, and former baseball player Brett, played by Brian Lloyd.
Brian Lloyd was in Dog Graveyard. He's one of the people that carry over from Dog Graveyard, as is Kristen Green, who's also in the film. They both carry over from Dog
Full
Graveyard.
Moon likes to recycle a lot of their actors.
That's probably a lot of fun filming their movies.
And yeah, I got to ask you then, because we'll get into it, but there is a lot of crossovers. Is the Full Moon universe better than the MCU? I don't even know why you're debating.
No, because if I was thinking, I'm like, did he really say MCU and not DCU? DCU would have been a little closer.
I still don't know if that would have been a
It
little.
wouldn't have been. It would have. I wouldn't have said that Full Moon is better than DC, but definitely closer than Marvel. Marvel's leading the way on that. Even though I love DC, I love Batman, but Marvel just too many awesome characters, too many consistently good movies. Anyway, I'm just go on, man.
Larnell sees an ad for a large bong that the previous owner claims was possessed. And I'm going to be honest, I'm 95% sure I'd buy it too.
Dude, here's the thing. I talked to you in the last episode about would you own a haunted doll? So would you own and smoke a haunted bong?
I'd try to buy a haunted bong.
I'd hit it. Straight up, I'd hit it.
They start ripping the bong with the exception of Alistair, who's a fucking nerd. Alistair meets Brett's girlfriend Luann and her friend Janet, who Alistair develops a crush on. And then later that night, Bachman's soul is pulled into the bong world. And I guess you could call it like an evil strip club.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about that, like the dream world that you get brought into when you smoke BB, the evil bong. It's like you said, it's a strip club. It's almost like a man's paradise.
Seems nice at first.
Yeah, it's just totally like it's just strippers and hospitality and
strippers and hospitality. That's how you sell a place.
Hell yeah! I mean, food and soda and beer and boobs. I mean, you can't really.
That should be Las Vegas's tourism motto.
And they'd probably make good money on
strippers
it. But I did want to say something that everybody like if you succumb to like the world, like once you're pulled in, you're dead and everything. Like that's how BB gets you. But that's the whole thing is that our boy Alistair. Like we'll get to the plot later. But my point is, I wanted to hit you with something. You are done, my friend. If you smoked BB and went to like her realm that she takes you to, however you want to word that, I don't even know what it is. Like whatever high he takes you to, and you end up in her realm. If Gianna Michaels was there, she said that you straight to hell, brother.
Oh, for sure.
She said that you straight to hell.
I mean, I take the risk. Anyway, inside there, he meets Ooga Booga and Ivan Burroughs, who warns him to watch himself around the evil bong.
Ooga Booga's the doll from Doll Graveyard, another crossover. Doll Graveyard's so fucking awesome.
He's introduced to one of the strippers who has skulls on her bra and then starts biting his neck, killing him, while Ooga Booga watches, just furiously beating his dick. Like, my man was going hard.
Yeah, he
was going hard in the paint.
He was definitely cranking hog.
Cranking hog. Josh, you'll like that one. The next morning, everyone wakes up and finds Bachman dead on the couch. Alistair tries to tell him it's probably the weed. Larnell points out they all smoked weed, and he also notices the bong's changed. It has a face on it and starting to appear. So they all agree that they're just going to hide his body.
Mm-hmm.
The best part is they're discussing it, and he was like, but Alistair brings up the fact that they're going to know that the body's been dead for 24 hours.
Right.
And he said, how many times has he smoked weed and just passed out for days? I want to know where they're getting their weed that, like, you can just pass out for days.
Yeah, but that's kind of like a heroin effect. I don't want to pass out for days. I want to enjoy my high. There's no point in falling asleep.
Sometimes I just want to sleep in.
What'd you say?
I said sometimes I just want to sleep.
Well, I do want to stop real quick and mention that the delivery guy from the delivery guy that brought the evil bong is played by Sonny Carl Davis, who is from Terror Vision, which is a fucking awesome movie. Yeah. And in that movie, there's kind of like an Elvira type of ripoff named Medusa. Check this.
Medusa.
Take a look.
That's interesting.
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan.
It's
like cool because I won't stare at the snake, so I won't turn to stone because there's other stuff I can stare at.
But yeah, Sonny Carl Davis is just one of those funny character actors, so it's always fun to see him pop up on screen. Even in his old age, he's still like making appearances, and he's still got that same cheesy grin. It's awesome to see him around. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah, so Bachman's dead.
Yeah.
And the trio's trying to hide his body, and then they're nearly caught by Larnell's paralyzed, wealthy grandfather, Cyril, who's played by Jacob Wiccan. And, like, dude, the first time I saw him, I thought it was fucking Brian Cox. Like, tell me he didn't look like him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess from afar I could see that. Yeah, but Brian Cox changes his appearance so much. I mean, I guess I could see it.
And
I think you were just really high, but I can kind of.
I mean, I was high.
I can kind of see.
I didn't get sucked into the bong world though. And he comes to tell Larnell that he just got remarried. And later on, the Bong, voiced by Michelle Mayes, starts speaking to Larnell, and only to him, and tempts him to smoke from her, which he does. And you know that face is on the Bong now, so I gotta ask you, would you let it suck your dick?
I guess my answer to that, I would have to. I'd have to text you, be like, "Yo, John, Gianna really there?" Because if I got a choice right now, I'm jumping in with you. That's my answer.
Anyway, he's pulled into the Bong world and he sees Bachman, who now seems fine. Then we got another crossover. The Ginger Dead Man's there. And, yeah, like I said, I mean, the Full Moon universe is, they're trying to be interconnected with everything.
It's pretty cool what they're doing. You know, I get it.
Yeah, and it's not bad because it's all just, like, very, trying to think of a better word, but, I guess eccentric characters.
Yeah.
I kept thinking of weird, but I think they just have very unique characters.
Agreed.
So,
Agreed.
and I mean, the movies are all, I mean, this one included, they all have that full moon cheese to them.
Yeah. But there's a certain level of cheese you can't cross before it just becomes ridiculous. And this is one of those movies that I don't think crosses the threshold. I think this movie knows exactly what it is. And that's why it worked. Like, they didn't try to be like, oh, it's Evil Bong, let's make The Godfather. It was like they were like, no, we have a movie about an evil bong, and they somehow got Tommy Chong involved.
I wouldn't hope you try to like make a serious like a serious horror movie.
But I mean, they got Tommy Chong involved, Phil Fondacaro from fucking Ghoulies,
and also like let's talk about Tommy Chong real quick. We'll get to him later in the plot, but they put him front and center on the poster, and this guy's in the movie for like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know, and yeah, like I said, and our boy Phil Fondacaro, who he was he's a little person, and he played in like he's known from like everything. I mean, he was in Willow. He's definitely known from there, and he's known for as Nigel, Sir Nigel from Ghoulies 2. I mean, yeah, he was awesome, and fucking Bill Moseley from The Devil's Rejects and Texas Chainsaw 2, and all these cameos. So it's pretty funny. This movie definitely has something to it where like why don't other cheesy movies have cameos like that? It's because there's something about this movie, something about Evil Bong worked, and I don't think it should have. I don't know, but it did.
Yeah, it definitely does work. It's entertaining. I think it knows exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And Larnell's getting a lap dance, and he's killed in a similar way that Bachman was killed. And then we go back to the real world. Luann and Janet come over, and the group all smoke from the bong. Again, Alistair doesn't smoke with them. And then afterwards, Brett and Luann pass out, and they wake up in the same strip club, and they're greeted by Jack Attack. And Luann's taken away by the bouncer. And Brett is treated by his ex-girlfriend, Carla Brewster, a stripper in the bong world. And she uses lip-cupped bras to bite off Brett's genitals, killing him. That shit was rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, it's
definitely got to be the worst strip club ever.
But it doesn't start off that way.
Yeah.
It seems like the best strip club ever, but then reality, it's just like real life. Life kicks
Too good
in.
to be true.
Yep, that's how it usually goes. I can't believe I'm looking now because I realized like I actually stopped watching after Evil Bong 420, and I realized that I didn't even see the Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong.
Yeah, I haven't got around to it, but I've seen that it exists.
I've definitely seen the third one, The Wrath of Bong. But
oh man, that's a great name.
They've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It looks like the 9th one comes out in April of this year.
Is it coming out on 420?
Evil, but it doesn't say. It's April 20th, but it's Evil Bong 888 Infinity High. And check this out, dude. Check this shit out. Holy shit. The one before that, I guess the other Ginger Dead Man crossover, the Gingerweed Man. Why haven't we watched that?
Jeez.
I don't feel I don't have
We are learning a lot of shit right now. New shit has come to light.
I don't have any hopes for any of these sequels because I stopped watching after the third one for a reason. It was obvious that they weren't capturing that same lightning in a bottle that they did that first one.
It's kind of hard to keep doing that
But
over and over.
I gotta say, the gingerweed man, I just feel like I don't feel like I could live with myself if I died tomorrow without trying to watch that.
And I got like all kinds of stuff you can make with ginger and wheat. Like I would eat gingerbread cookies.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be nice. Also, though, let me talk about for a second. I had mentioned to you when we were watching the film how I love how Alistair can just like smoke and join the realm and like decide to pull somebody out and like rescue them. Like it has this total like Dream Warriors effect where like it's not just like jumping into
He would
somebody's
turn
dream.
into the wizard.
Yeah, but it's like what the fuck? Like there's a whole Dream Warriors aspect where it's like, oh no, I'll take a hit of the bong and go into the netherworld with you and pull you out. It's like it's definitely just fucking crazy. And you actually had a funny point, which is funny you haven't brought up yet. You remember what you said about the bong? That was very unique.
Yeah, about it. I think you're talking about when I said it was built like a hookah.
Yeah,
but it's open at the top.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, but if you look at it, if you tried to hit it from the top, like I would have to have you light it and pull out the slider for me.
I feel like remember when we questioned Chris Alexander on if he feels like he's an outcast because he doesn't really smoke, and a lot of full moon movies are about smoking. I think that like that is kind of one of those things where I'm starting to realize that whoever designed that might not have been a big smoker because it's definitely flawed in design. It looks cool, but I don't see the Evil Bong
working. And also,
working.
everybody smoked. I made the joke that Laura Marie Taylor doesn't have the worst toke. In the horror movie.
There was a couple pretty bad tokes in there.
Yeah, and there was. I mean, it's full moon, so there was some stiff acting.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's still entertaining as hell.
It is. Look, if you're watching the Evil Bong, a movie called The Evil Bong,
like something like Academy Award.
Yeah, you obviously know that you're getting into a ridiculous movie. So my hopes would be that if you go, hey, I'm going to put on this movie called Evil Bong, that you're in a chill mood. And like you're just like wanting to smoke and relax and have some shits and giggles and like laugh at the movie, kind of like a Thanksgiving type of thing. So it's like if you can, if that's the type of mentality you have, which is I think is the type of mentality you should have, if you're choosing to watch a movie called Evil Bong and going, I hope this scares me. I just say I don't mean to be a snob, but I don't feel like you would know a lot about horror to think that. I feel like if you're clicking play, you know exactly what you're getting into. So I would only hope that that's the case.
Also, if you were ever scared by the Evil Bong, please contact us because I got a lot of questions for you. Like if you're like, damn, I had to turn that off, I couldn't handle it.
So where does Evil Bong rank on your favorite like horror stoner movies or horror movies to watch on 420? Like I gotta be honest, I don't really visit it too much on 420, but for doing it for this show, it made sense.
Yeah, I actually suggested it because it had been honestly, it'd been a while since I've seen it. It's been several years. It's still entertaining, but yeah, it's not. Doesn't make a regular rotation, but everybody should check it out at least once.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
And back to the story here. Alistair starts figuring out what's going on, and Janet falls prey to the bong and passes out, and then that's when Tommy Chong, playing a character named Jimbo Leary. Because when I think of Jimbo
Leary.
When I think of somebody named Jimbo and I picture it in my mind, Tommy Chong is the first person that comes to mind as a Jimbo type person.
Yeah. I would 100% agree with that.
Anyway, he enters and says the bong's named Ebby and has a voodoo curse on it.
Is it Ebby or EB?
EB.
Okay, yeah, I don't know, whichever. We just watched the fucking movie, Jesus Christ.
I know. You would think that we would be better, but we're not.
But can we mention real quick how the Bong's first words, or EB's first words, or Ebby, whatever, how her first word was water. Epic. Anyway, sorry.
He says it has a voodoo curse on it, or something. Once you take enough hits from it, it brings you to the Bong world where it kills you. So trying to save Janet...
Bong world?
Bong world. Trying to save Janet, Alistair enters the Bong world. Meanwhile, Jimbo tries destroying the bong with a hammer. What the hell else did he use? He used a fucking bomb at the end, but there was like a chainsaw I think he used too.
Yep, a chainsaw. Yeah,
That shit
He
was
went total
ridiculous.
leather face on it.
And had like a fucking like force field around it or some shit. EB and then unleashes a cloud of marijuana smoke. That shit was great. It makes Jimbo pass out. So then we cut back to the Bong world. EB forces the strippers to seduce Alistair, but it doesn't work and he leaves. And during his search, he bumps into Jack Death. So again, like they're just crossing overs
Yep.
everywhere.
Yep.
They doing the crossing overs. Once he finds a stone Janet, EB reveals her motives to control the world by turning the air into pot smoke and the oceans into bong water, making everyone massive stoners. And then she says, is there anything wrong with a bong water ocean? Yeah, there is, lady. Like, dude, that's like one of the worst things. Like,
Yeah.
bong water, like it makes me want to vomit. Even if it's clean, it's just something about bong water. It just disturbs me.
Yeah, I agree. Drinking your bong water.
Ugh, sounds like a punishment. So then Jimbo gives them some vitamins to make them sober again. And he
says he hopes they're vitamins.
he gets sucked in. He doesn't, you know what? He doesn't. Well, that was a bad stop right there. He gets sucked in. He gets sucked in the bong world. But going back to the vitamins here, like everything with this guy is or something, or I hope so.
Sounds like a typical stoner.
I love when he said it took his brain cells, but he wasn't using them anyway. Anyway, those vitamins, they're supposed to make him sober again. Jimbo, like I said, just got sucked in the bong world. He tells them to go ahead and escapes while he takes care of EB. Jimbo shows EB the time bomb strapped to his chest. That shit was ridiculous. He activates the bomb and blows up EB. Now, back in the real world,
That shit was ridiculous.
there's a lot about this movie. It's ridiculous, but it's endearing. Back in the real world, everybody has their souls returned and everybody comes back to life except Jimbo, who's apparently been killed, along with EB, the Bong, who's now shattered into pieces. And the final scene shows that Jimbo is now king of the Bong world. That shit was ridiculous with the marks on him.
Dude, you haven't had a full day of life if you ain't seen Tommy Chong driving a Hot Wheels car across a stripper's titties.
Yeah. Oh, that was ridiculous. I forgot about that part where he said he wanted to play with them with his Hot Wheels.
Yep, he's all like, woo, woo.
I think I said something about he should ramp it off their ass.
Yeah, I don't think Hot Wheels will be sponsoring that one anytime soon. Anyway,
that seems family friendly, right?
So how do you rate a movie like Evil Bong? Because there's a double standard. Remember, like when people,
I'm going to give it a good rating, but is it a good movie? No. It's like the same thing with The Room. I would give The Room like an 8 or a 9 because that movie it entertains the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But it is a horrible movie. Even though Tommy Wiseau tries to claim that he made a black comedy, he did not. He tried to make a serious romantic movie.
It's hard because I always believed in two. I've told you, I've mentioned this before, that I believe there's two different ways to judge a movie. I believe in like the critical element of it, like judging it as a movie, is it good or bad, and then there's the do I like it and why, and is it entertaining? And it's like, yeah, if I were judging Evil Bong on a scale of 1 to 10 in regards to like score and cinematography and acting and props and makeup effects,
It'd probably be a 3.
I was gonna say a 4. So yeah, it's between 3 and 4. But you add in the level of enjoyment, how it's something that you can watch at any point and like and enjoy it and like laugh at it, put it on in the background, fall asleep to it, wake up to it. It's a comfort movie. So in regards to enjoyability, do I say it 8?
Yeah, that's where I'm going to go with it. Like, on the enjoyability scale, it's an 8.
8 out of 10.
If you're somebody that does not enjoy bad movies or even bad movies that are made on purpose, like I know a lot of people,
self-aware movies, yeah.
I enjoy the Sharknado movies. And people go, they're terrible. And I go, yeah, they're supposed to be. Like,
Yeah.
That's what's entertaining. If you don't like those kind of movies and those just make you mad, you're not going to enjoy this movie. But if you're somebody like, I can appreciate a bad movie and just enjoy it.
I can appreciate a bad movie too, but I never got behind Sharknado. Sorry.
It got so ridiculous. The people hated it more as it went on, and I liked it more just because it got so much worse. Like, I mean, one of them, Kurt Angle, made a cameo in it. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I love it. Well, he was like a firefighter or
did
some
he like
shit.
finlock a shark or something?
That would be amazing. I don't think he did. He was like a firefighter or a paramedic. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it seemed like with the later Sharknadoes, they like literally just like message people and were like, you want to be in this movie?
That's
like,
pretty funny.
It was just like ridiculous
It definitely became
cameos.
a pop culture phenomenon for sure.
But like, yeah, I can enjoy those kind of movies, and I know a lot of people don't. So, I mean, if you can't enjoy a bad movie because it's not made well, it's not shot right, the acting's off, like you're not gonna like Evil Bong. But I feel like if you're listening to our podcast, might be a stoner. So if you're a stoner, you'll enjoy it. If you enjoy just dumb shit, like, I don't mean this make the movie sound terrible, but like by saying dumb shit, but like you're not watching Citizen Kane or Doctor Strangelove. Like,
you don't have to smoke to enjoy our podcast, but I would think that
it would help.
I would think that if you're listening, you've at least heard of or seen the Evil Bong.
Yeah, so I guess
not the evil. I keep saying the Evil Bong, but the actual title is Evil Bong. But it's just like, you know, movies like I don't know. Of course, I can't think of something off of the like Horns or something where it's just one word, and so it's like, or Candyman where people can tend to say the Candyman or something. It's like the isn't fucking there. It's just Evil Bong. But this whole episode I've said the Evil Bong, so
whatever.
It's the same thing.
You got a problem? Fuck yourself. But yeah, I say as grading it as on the, I guess, intellectual scale, like a 3. But again, I think both of us enjoyability, I give it an 8.
In regards to, like, do I think that I could make Evil Bong? Probably. If I had the money and could get the same people, I don't see that.
Full Moon hit us up. We'll make you an Evil Bong.
Hell yeah. They'll make a movie about our podcast.
And I got stoners friends, so like it'll be more realistic for you.
What'd you say? You said something about bring the strippers?
Bring the strippers?
I didn't say it.
Oh Jesus! I said I got stoner friends, so we can have more realistic smoking.
Oh, that's what you said. Okay, I know what you really meant.
I mean, yeah, bring the strippers. I'm not going to argue with that. Anyway, I think it's about time to wrap this up.
Probably. That's a horrible way to put it. At the end of that. Oh man, talking about strippers. It's time to wrap this up.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that. Okay, it's time to wrap this episode up, I think. Oh shit, we almost forgot to fucking wrap this episode up and started breaking down the equipment and fucking realized we didn't even do this.
You're high.
Yeah, I'm sure high too, but anyway, thanks for tuning in, all the horror hounds and smokers out there. Next week we'll be back with you with Studio 666.
666?
Hail Satan! Anyway, make sure to follow us online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that shit at High on Horror 420. Make sure to check out our website, highonhorror.com, and sign up for our newsletter while you're there, and you get latest updates, episode announcements, guest announcements, new episodes sent right to your inbox. And, I mean, you can always, almost forgot, email us at highonhorror420gmail.com.
Yeah, reach out.
Puff puff ass.
Yeah, ask us some questions. You want to know. You want to know about
you
us?
Want to know? You want to know? You want to know? You got to ask. And I guess with that, once again, that'll wrap it up.
Yeah, that's a wrap up. See y'all later.
Catch you later.